Oh, hey, hey everybody! It's Safi and Marco. Dish out on movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just it's just Marco here to talk about one of the one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I mean, this. This wasn't even a real movie. I mean, come on. I mean, the funny thing was that, Safi, she is very careless when picking out full moon movies. When we picked out movies for this year, I had like a blood pressure attack in the middle of picking them out, by the way. It was pretty awkward and uncomfortable. But she picked out like two movies that like weren't even movies, but they were just compilations, so they just had like clips from other movies. And then she picked this out, and I thought, it's a really cool title, Sorceress of Suburbia. That's a pretty cool title. I could imagine like a really cool like 1990s throwback with like, that's what I expected. But then I looked it up and I saw, so guys, before Safi learns tomorrow, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to review the porno because I watched the whole damn thing. And, yeah. So what Full Moon did, I have no idea why they would want to be associated with this kind of trash. It'd be one thing if it was good. It'd be one thing if it was, like, a really good porno. But it's not. But what they did was they took a softcore porno. And it's this stupid story about, like, there's this husband and wife. The wife is a witch. Or she got witch powers from her lesbian witch girlfriend who lives with the husband and wife. And at the same time, the husband works at this company where there's this other guy there, and he has a wife that he has sex with, and he is trying to. I mean, it's just why am I gonna go through an entire stupid porno plot? But I guess the like, I don't even know what to say about the plot, because I mean it's a fucking porno. It's not a fucking movie. And these lazy fucks, they take a porno and they cut all the sex scenes out of it, and then they make it a movie and they call it The Sorceress of Suburbia. I mean, what a fucking... This is the worst. This pisses me off so much. Why would you do that? Like, even the porno is bad. And I am a porno connoisseur. I know when I see good porno. Well, I haven't seen very many all the way through, but, I know good porno when I see it. Excuse me. And this ain't it. This is the worst porno I have seen on this fucking channel. It is worse than Texas Chainsaw. Texas Dildo Masquerade. It is worse than A Clockwork Pussy or whatever the fuck that was called. And obviously it's worse than Hungry Bitches, which, that movie, they hit every single... they really... Hungry Bitches is amazing. Because they knew their demographic... And they did a good job. They did a really good job, a damn good job. There's a reason why that video on this channel currently has 24,000 fucking views. It's because they knew what to do. They knew the good angles. They knew every single thing to do, even though, you might not be a fan of the actual content. They knew what to do. They didn't mess around with some stupid story. They just had two bitches walk in a room and shit all over the place and puke all over each other and shit. And it's like, good job. I would much rather watch that than watch this piece of shit. And to imagine, I mean, guys, Safi was so naive that she watched the movie. I mean, 5 minutes in, and she should have been able to tell that there is something wrong about this movie. It's not even a fucking movie. I mean, and because, the porno is standard full moon length. We can't make movies longer than an hour and 20 because our stupid audience can't handle it. That is the length of the porno. So the length of the movie, the quote-unquote movie, it is only 36 minutes. She thought that was a real movie, guys. Like, this is probably the best prank we have ever pulled on Safi, you and I. So let's get into this porno review, and oh my God. You guys aren't going to believe this. You aren't going to believe some of the twists and turns that I have in store for you. You are in for a treat. So, this porno starts off very disappointingly with a boring scene. I mean, what is the definition of softcore? I mean, because to me, it's like, just because it's softcore doesn't mean it has to be shitcore. Because these scenes are shot so terribly. A child could shoot these scenes better than how they shot these scenes. I mean, just because it's softcore, does that mean that they have to be shot in such a way where you can't even enjoy the stuff going on screen? I was so irritated by the acting's terrible, the sex is terrible, the everything is terrible, the set design is terrible, the music is terrible, the clothes are terrible, everything. Even the small glimmer of hope, even the small little shiny glimmer of hope turns out to be a big mistake when you find out what happened to that. We'll talk about that, but I watched this movie on 1.5 speed. I know you guys sometimes go like, "Oh, Marco, you talk so slow, so I have to speed up the video. It's not watchable." I sped up this movie, and at a certain point, the sex was getting so uninteresting, I sped it up to 2 times speed. And if that wasn't bad enough, there was another sex scene that was so bad, I said, I am sick and tired of this trash, of this unacceptable shit, of this bottom of the barrel typical how did Charles Band go from Dolls, Puppet Master, and Arcade? How did he go from that to this, and to saying, "If I'm in a room full of white people, I feel really uncomfortable. I can't be in a room with only white people because we're just not good people." That's what he said in his memoir. He was proud of Corona Zombies now. He has become a shell of a person. He has become an absolute dumpster fire director. I don't understand who would want to be associated with this. I love nudity, and I love sex, and I love sexuality, and I wouldn't touch this movie with a 10-foot pole. If this movie had smell-o-vision, I wouldn't use it. If this movie had lick-o-vision, I wouldn't use that either. That's how much this movie sucks. I'm mad. I'm mad with this movie. Let's go down the line of the characters. Let's talk about the characters of the movie. You guys like characters? You guys like fucking characters in a porno? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie Band. It's a movie. It's the Sorceress of Suburbia. First off, you got the main girl. She's Asian. she's average. Average Asian, boring. She's got nothing interesting to look at all. There's like a shower scene where, you know, she looks interesting for about 2 seconds, and then they do this weird forced masturbation. Like, it's weird. It's like, just because it's a porno, it's like she could just take a shower and get out. She doesn't have to start figuring herself. Okay? You didn't need to do that. That wasn't necessary to the plot. Why was she even doing that? Was she just like, I know the camera's watching me, so I better start playing with my biddle parts? And then there's this other random scene, before you get back to the characters, there's this other random scene near the end of the movie where the blonde witch lesbian girlfriend is in the pool naked, and it's like, oh wow, yay. Look at her fake boobs and her fake butt and her fake body. It's just fucking trash. It's just fucking... She looks like a fucking blow-up doll. Fucking moves around like a person. Boring. And then all of a sudden, there's this random female cop who's just in the movie. She's another fake body bitch and bimbo. She jumps in the pool too, and they start kissing, and then the scene cuts. I mean, out of all the scenes in the movie, why would you cut away from that scene? Was it too hardcore? I wanted to see them do something else. Why couldn't we see that happen? Because you had to get back to the plot so you could reach your hour and 20-minute runtime goal. It just sucked. And the fact that they had that random scene with the pool, what a piece of trash. And then, okay, so you got average Asian, boring. Now, there is a side character. She is the wife of the douchebag guy. There's a guy in this fucking movie, you know, in A Clockwork Orange and Texas Dildo Masquerade, there's this guy who looked really creepy. He looked like a meth dealer at the local gas station, and he just has this look that he makes that's really, really creepy, like when he comes, and it's just the grossest, like, it's just the creepiest facial expressions, like, just imagining, like, how a woman could have sex with that guy and then look at him in the face is just beyond my comprehension, honestly. Well, there's this guy in this movie. He looks like a fucking alien. I mean, he looks like an alien from outer space. His eyebrows look like they have their own planet or something. I don't know. And he has this wife, and she is actually the only hot bimbo in the movie. She's like this Hispanic girl. She looks like Jordana Brewster. Her ass is kind of small though, so she's like a 7.5. Well, guys, I looked her up because I was like, you know what? If I can get anything out of this movie, I can get something. I can get something nice out of this movie with this actress right here. This quality actress of film. This person who goes on the cinema. I can get Michelle Maylene, the Hispanic Jordana Brewster looking girl, and then I looked her up on Twitter. Now, she is obviously one of those bitches who has an OnlyFans, which, guys, if any of you subscribe to an OnlyFans, stop subscribing to those bitches who are stealing all your money that you work hard for, and give it to me, okay? If you want to do that, I'll give you my PayPal, and so you can start putting your money towards somebody who's making good films and trying to, you know, actually do something good with the world instead of just showing the same old shit that they have on camera over and over and over again that you can do you know what to. I mean, you got this woman right here. She's got a fucking OnlyFans. Guess what you can do? You can look up her name, videos, XXX, and you're going to find all of her videos right there. You don't need to subscribe to her stupid OnlyFans. And I look at this bitch's Twitter. She has turned into the most hideous looking creature I have ever seen. She looks like a bloated jellyfish. She is the worst looking porno actress. I mean, how in the hell? Who the hell subscribes to this woman's OnlyFans? I mean, God, you gotta be desperate to enjoy this trash. I mean, this is like, hey, I can't get filet mignon, so you know what I'm gonna have for lunch? Weenies and beans out of a can. That's what this bitch is. Weenies and beans. She's got, it doesn't say how many subscribers she has. But, I mean, $5 a month to see this? To see this naked? To see what, I mean, God, she needs to lay off the Twinkies. I mean, it is disgusting. It is gross. What happened to you? You were in this bad movie, but you were the only good thing about that movie. And what do you know? You get fat. And how do you get fat? Is it from all the fucking OnlyFans money? And you're one of those bitches who wears like a bikini with $100 bills on the bikini? I mean, what a pretentious porno actress we got here. What is going on? She's got 2 books that are the same thing on her shelf. She's got multiple clones of books. She doesn't even read those books. She just has them there with fucking probably cocaine inside them from all her OnlyFans earnings. I mean, this is the most disgusting. And then you look at other pictures, you can tell that her face is just caked up with so much makeup. That's not a real face. I mean, you'd have to have Witchcraft to make me think that that's her real face right there. I mean, what the hell? Ugh, God, she's even worse on video now. Ew. Ugh. I mean, what the hell is this? What were they thinking? So anyways, that was really disappointing because I did not get an erection at any point in the whole movie, but I was close with her. So then there was this terrible blowjob scene. Now, Cleopatra, she comes in from the past, and she is actually one of the few interesting things potentially about the movie because she grants people wishes, but only if they pay her a tribute. And, you know, that could have actually worked really well in terms of being a porno, and it could have worked well just being a regular movie. You know, you could have had, like, a horror movie where, you know, someone has to kill someone for her or something like that. You know, that would have been really cool. But she has this scene where the alien guy, and she's black, too. That's another thing. They made a woke Cleopatra in 2011 with this trash, and I bet that was Charlie Band who was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a black Cleopatra in my movie because I'm the best. I'm gonna have black Cleopatra getting her, you know what, licked like this. I mean, that's gonna be top. Everyone's gonna pay top dollar to see that. But there's this part where the alien guy, he really wants company secrets of the main husband so that he can screw the main husband over. And Cleopatra says, okay, as long as you have sex with me as a tribute. So then she starts to blow him, and it's the worst, probably the worst blowjob scene I've ever seen. I mean, you never even see anything that goes on. You just see the back of her head and then him on the bed. And so, basically, that whole thing that she did there was for nothing because, you know, she could have been faking it for all I know. Because, like, it doesn't look like she's doing anything for real, but I guess she was. And then another thing with this movie, before I get to the quote-unquote movie review with Safi, where I burst her bubble, there was this running thing in the movie where not only were the sex scenes filmed in the worst possible way and the worst possible angles, you couldn't even enjoy anything. It just looked like a bunch of dolls having sex with each other. Fucking Chucky and Tiffany and this bitch. You never got to see any cum, like, coming out of the holes, which is like a huge deal for pornos because that's like a whole genre in and of itself. And the fact that they didn't show that at all this whole movie is just a complete failure, in my opinion. I mean, why even mention doing that at all? I mean, isn't that the purpose of sex? So why wouldn't you show that at the very end to show, look, the scene is complete. Look at all the white stuff coming out of the average Asian girl. Like, isn't that the whole point of a sex scene? Like, unless it's a movie. Like, is that really hardcore? Is it no longer softcore if you show the oozing out of the areas? And then there was a really disappointing thing where throughout the movie there was this nosy neighbor woman, and she was really kind of dumpy and like kind of like a conservative looking woman who, wants to ban Harry Potter because it has witchcraft in it. That's what she looks like, honestly. But those types are, the perfect for these types of videos because, you get to see them get, nailed, and it's like it's very fun because it's like it's a hate fuck. But I guess it's no longer softcore if they do that. But still, she has no sex scenes in the entire movie. And that was so disappointing. Like, I was so looking forward to seeing her get hers. Literally. Like, just taking it all at once. Like, I was kind of hoping maybe all the husbands would, get together and spit roast her or something. And the fact that they didn't do that just shows that the people who made this movie didn't have any balls. I mean, because that's another thing, like, it's bad enough to be somebody who acts in a porno, who has the sex in the porno scenes. But to me, it's an even worse thing altogether to be somebody who acts in a porno and who doesn't even have sex in the movie. Like, who does that? Like, how sick do you have to be? Like, what kind of a weirdo are you to be in a porno movie? You don't even have sex. Like, what's the point of that? Like, that's like entering a cooking competition without ever cooking. It's like, oh, hey, I'm here at this cooking show. It's like you're fucking Alan from Barbie. But yeah, I can't believe... God, look at what happened to this girl. I mean, she looks so bad. She looks like she got plastic surgery. She looks awful. Ugh, gross. She's got NFTs too. God, fuck this bitch. What the hell is this? Let's turn up the volume. We gotta hear this bitch. Ew. Her lips are all full like they've been injected with some serums. Oh gosh, she's got a cross hanging from her neck. How ironic. Oh. I mean, God, guys, stop giving these women money so that they can make themselves look uglier and uglier and uglier. I mean, seriously, like, she would have been beautiful looking all the way up until age 90, but she ruined it because she used all her fucking OnlyFans money to make herself look like a giant fish. And look, she's got this picture, and I'm almost done. She's got this picture. I mean, this shows what this type of woman cares about. This woman doesn't care about literature because she's got all her books and they're just all over the floor. and she's posing in like this quote unquote sexy pose, and to me, like, it's not even a sexy pose at all. You can see this she's got this little contraption in her hand, this little gadget in her hand, so that she can press the take picture button, and she's got the books all over the floor. It's like she's never read any of these books, I guarantee you. I mean, Rain Fallen, The Latecomers, Salt and Storm, and she's got terrible taste too. I mean, where's the classics? Where's Wuthering Heights? Where's Dracula? Where's anything good? I mean, I am so disappointed in this woman. It is unbelievable. How could she do this to me? Let's see, are her videos even worth it? Let's go to X videos. Yeah, they are worth it because they were shot back when she was attractive looking. Dirty Stepdaughter. This Latina was shy until she starts... Oh. Well, you know, maybe she has a couple of redeeming elements because they were shot back in 2010 when she looked like a human being and not like a fish. So anyways... This was a terrible porno, and she's only 36? Oh, that's even worse. She looks like she's like in her 50s from all the work that she had done. Anyways, this is the worst porno I've ever seen on this channel. And I had to do this video because it cannot stand. Okay, like, I was not going to let this go, and I was not going to talk about cream pies in front of Safi. So we will get to the actual movie review. Spoiler alert, I mean, it's not even a real movie. I mean, sorry, Charles Band, this is not a real movie, and your filmmaker card has been taken away. Like, if you ever think that I'm going to call you a filmmaker again, you are mistaken. Sorely mistaken, sir. You're no longer a filmmaker. You think you're a Roger Corman. You think you're like Lloyd Kaufman's trash too. You think that you're like George Romero, you know, Tobe Hooper, John Carpenter, you know, actual film directors. No, not after this. I mean, I know you didn't direct this, but the fact that you took a porno and then cut all the porn scenes out of it and called it a movie and put your name on it, put your company's name on it, that's just bad. That's just really, really bad. I would never do that. And I'm embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed to have even watched this because it's bad. I mean, I didn't... So... Expelliarmus. Goodbye, everybody. Get ready for that movie review. A little short movie review of Safi finding out what this was actually about.